Hello, children. Old Capmeister here. Grab the two books we're going to talk about today because I want to make more money, but it's germane to the topic. And I'll keep going. I will keep going until there are no liberal arts students left. And I take that back. There are no government finance or subsidized liberal arts programs left. If private schools want to offer it or public schools want to offer it, but students have to pay the full fee, I'm fine. You can waste 4 years if you're left. I don't want to pay for you anymore to study things that are completely worthless. From Anonymous, thought you might enjoy this article. It's from the Star Tribune. Here's a petition that was sent by concerned students. You can go to this Google Doc. I'm not going to send it there, but the title is Illinois Wesleyan University Cuts to the Liberal Arts Programs. I know this isn't your typical asshole consulting submission, but how much would you charge to read and summarize the article and art commentary with your thoughts? I would be interested in hearing whether you think that this is the beginning of a trend that could hit the bigger universities eventually. Well, to answer that, yes, because it's already happening. Your small private liberal arts colleges that look, charging a nickel for a degree that does nothing to increase your employment standards, and by which the education can be gotten for free, not only at the library, right? That might take you $3 of gas over the course of a month to go to. You might have to pay a nickel for parking, but for free, you could study this stuff online. And not even, and with the added benefit of not wasting 2 years of your life in other prereq classes that have nothing. Like if you want to become British history expert, go read books, go get it on Audible, because it doesn't matter if you graduate with a master's in British history or you just study enough that you have the equivalent knowledge of somebody that has a master's in British history. You're still going to be asking me if I want fries with that, and then begging for me to bail you out of a student loan. I know I'm slamming on the reason liberal arts majors and humanity majors are so angry and pissed off with me or anyone else that points out their degrees are worthless is because it's the only thing they have in life. We'll go over this again, the psychology of this again, until we all get it. Lazy people don't want to put forth the effort to become good, hardworking, quality, contributing members of society. They don't want to be a surgeon. They don't want to be an accountant. They don't want to, I don't know, be a good father, be a good mother. They don't want to be an engineer. They want to continue their childhood, and inevitably it comes like this quasi-adolescent area where you're like 16, 15, or 17, you got to decide, well, I really like children, so I'm going to spend time with little children right now. I'm going to go into creative. Right? Shut up. Just shut up. Just say you don't want to work. Just say you don't care what the world wants. You want the world to bend to what you want, no matter how much society doesn't want what you're offering or how bad you are at it. Music majors in particular, or art majors in general. And so I get it. I know you want to be forever lazy. You don't want to work. You don't want to toil. You don't want to sacrifice. You don't want to suffer. I don't want to work. I just want to bang on my drums all day. And you think you're be like these boomer professors that pulled off the greatest heist. It's multiple times more than the $1 trillion that the boomer banker screwed y'all out of with the TARP bailout, that bank bailout. All right. The boomer professors just made off with, I'd have to do the number, but around $20 trillion selling worthless degrees to about 150 million kids, if you include both Gen X and Gen Zers and millennials. Certainly more. Yeah. More like 20 trillion. You adjust for inflation or percent GDP, but multiple trillions, many more. But there you got Gen Z going out, and no matter how hard I try, I can't wake these young idiot kids up. Like, did you not see what happened to the millennials? Do you want to waste 4 years and how much money? And I know the answer to this too, and it's in this book, How Not to Become a Millennial. July is Don't Become a Millennial month. I know that you have nothing else to do in your life, and your parents and teachers and guidance counselors have told you nothing else in life other than follow your heart and the money will fall. Any degree is a good degree. Foot in the door, sheepskin. What the same lie the boomers told me. The same lie. And you want to go into college for the college experience. Why? Because you've had jack F all shit left in your life to look forward to. Maybe you get to play. I mean, you could be a really great student, or just kind of like a student doesn't want to try. You just want to go to college and get out of high school. I get it. And you've been told nothing else to do. But what you go? I went to college to play ball. Well, good. Did you make it into the pros? Or did you at least get a full ride scholarship? What did you study? Communications. No! And just what? It's this big party? You think, dude, I've wrote again, in this book, How Not to Become a Millennial, there's a chapter about something about stop majoring. That's the title. Stop majoring in stupid shit. And it talks about how the college experience is called your 20s. And you can get the college experience by living to the age of 30. And that's the college experience. You could just do it without going $150,000 into debt. But to get to the client's question and to address the philosophy on why the students are going to keep clamoring for worthless degree programs is because they don't want to work. They don't want to be hard in engineering. They want to do something that doesn't totally suck in their brain. And so they extend it, and then they hope. It's like gambling. Well, maybe I'll get the $90,000 assistant reserve diversity and inclusion director position at the nonprofit. Maybe someone will really like my work as an artist, or maybe I'll go work for a hospital and they'll pay me $20 an hour to be a music therapist. And then they're just unemployed 34-year-olds living at home, ask the millennials, and needing a bailout, ask the millennials. Saying how bad and evil the bankers are. So there's no reasoning or rationalizing with these people. They're not intelligent enough. And I do mean, I'm not trying to be mean or slamming on liberal arts and humanities. They're just not smart people. Go look up IQ by major. By the way, another great book you might want to look here, Curse of the High IQ. Man, I'm hitting them out here. And even IQ isn't that, but they're just ultimately lazy. And that's like their biggest handicap because it blinds them. It totally wins the cognitive dissonance debate going on in their head. No, I just can't get my master's. I just get my doctorate. They'll tell themselves any lie. It's the evil Republicans in the Senate that made me go $250,000 in debt for a degree in poetry at Middlebury. Or that genuine idiot who has his master's of fine arts in puppetry that protested at the Occupy Wall Street thing. That was like a decade ago. I wonder how he's doing. 40-something years old, probably my age, and now he still wants a bailout. I'm sure. All right. But talking to the client again, they will never give this up. This is all they have in life. It's just the college experience. This is where some of them think they're going to get laid. This is where these idiot blue pill boys have been brainwashed by the single moms and the absentee fathers. That girl's just like a sweet, nice guy. And that when you go there, like, but they said if I was a nice guy, and like they got the acoustic car, they got their hair bun. Maybe they put some beers up on the back of their bedroom and they can look real cool. And look at all these beers I drink. Those guys. And it's where they can think that they're intelligent because they got into at one time getting into college meant something. Now it's a joke. It is a joke. The smart people don't go to college. And the only smart people that do go to college are like, if you're going for a real thing, like you're going STEM, you're going to become a doctor, you're going to become a dentist. But anyone, unless you have so much money and you just want to go and you can pay cash for it and you have an intellectual interest in it. All right, this is not. But every other liberal arts and humanities major is simply someone who doesn't want to work. They simply do not want to put forth the effort. And so we could read through this. But it's not going to. The book Worthless, this book, The Young Person's Indispensable Guide to Choosing the Right Major. This came out in 2011. It's 9 years old. We wouldn't have an education bubble housing or not college student loan bubble crisis thing if everyone read that book. You know why people didn't read that book? Because it didn't tell them what they wanted to hear. I thought I was going to save America. I thought I was going to save the younger generations because I'm like, God, look at the price tag. It's $100,000 in 4 years of your life. They might know it could be $500,000. These kids will go to school no matter what because they want to. They want to think they're going to be that 1 in 100 that graduates with their master's in fine arts and puppetry and actually makes six figures. All the other people are going to be unemployed now, but they're going to make it. You know why? Because it's their passion. And all you have to do, it's the magic word. You mentioned the P word. It's my passion. Oh, your passion. You're passionate about it. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought the laws of economics would make sure you'd still be slinging coffee. But since you're passionate about it, now I get it. Now I understand. Yeah, you're guaranteed to make six figures. You know, all those kids on the basketball courts. Yeah, the little short ones. Yeah, they're all passionate about making it into the NBA. I wonder how many of them made it. Don't worry, but they weren't passionate enough. And finally, before I get another thing I'll point out, we'll get to the article, which would be relatively pointless. A lot of these small private colleges, they can't keep up. They don't have enough students coming in. They have to close. The business model isn't working. Some kids, if they're going to go to the big party schools, the state schools that they can afford, there's a small and growing group of young people that are like, hey, no, kid, you're going to the community college. No, you're going to. So you're going to see a lot of those schools close up, and they have. I also think with probably starting with Gen Z, I was hoping it was going to be the millennials, but I think Gen Z, since they've lived with having everything online, they're going to be like, what do you mean go to school? They won't even go on a date in person. They're not going to go to a school. These boys can't even ask a girl out in person in public. They're not going to go to everything's fine online. Gen Z is like, why do the boomers force like two generations of people to commute? Why are we're not doing this? And all the other generations saying, amen, young person. Yes, we agree. And then the boomers, which I'm not even putting words in their mouth because they're too stupid too. So that's another thing where it's like, why am I pay how much to live where? To learn what? I can learn that for free on the internet. So I think that's starting to happen. I think at least some of the smarter kids aren't. But you're always going to have your effete elite class of Nancy Pelosi's and Joe Biden's and the Bushes and the Daytons and your Betsy Hodges and all the rich, pampered, lily white people from the suburbs who just like had everything handed to them. And like, oh my goodness, I'm such an intellectual. I'm going to sip my espresso and I'm going to help out all the black people with other people's money, not my own. Oh no. Other people's money. I care so much. Vote for me. Donate to my fund, my political campaign. So they're always, there's always going to be a liberal arts department at Harvard. There's always going to be a humanities department at Stanford. There's always going to be another cancer. There will always be business schools for, I guess, the dude, bro, gonna make my six figures, man. I'm in business. I mean, for your truly lowbrow, dumber than a shovel jocks that, they can't do accounting. You're in business. I'm in marketing. So that's always going to be, but they're going to get rid of, and business schools have been closing too. So that's another thing. So again, there won't be any. So I really want to go to that school. Well, too bad they're closed. Well, I want to go, I guess, my second place. Well, that's been closed too. What about the third? They're full enrollment. What about the fourth? That program. So what you're probably going to see as more of the private liberal arts close, it actually might drive up the prices of the remaining liberal arts program, because it's not because there's any economic, philosophical, intellectual, or economic or monetary value. There's no value to the liberal arts, and none. I'm sorry. There just isn't. Shut up. Just shut up. There's nothing. So to pay for the college experience, but not have to major in anything hard, I think you're going to see some very rich people okay, I'll get into this program, and then and so it will become like a luxury good. You'll never get rid of the liberal arts programs. But if you're not a top elite university, well, I guess goodbye if there's not enough people enrolling in it. So here we go from the Chicago Tribune, Illinois Wesleyan University. Oh, do not make me. Do I have to subscribe? Oh, no commitment. Okay. All right. If that's how we're going to do it. To give you a point here, liberal arts majors, journalism majors, I'm not going to pay for you to write and I guarantee when I read this article, when I find it for free on the internet, I guarantee if I looked up who wrote this, they're a journalism major and they're a leftist, and they want me to just keep paying people for a very, very, very expensive hobby. Illinois Wesleyan. Uh, 16 days. How old is the original one you sent me? This is 7/16. If you guys can, send me one. June brought more faculty or layoffs. Okay. This is from Pantagraph. Bloomington, a group of faculty and others who think Illinois Wesleyan University's liberal arts legacy is at risk are gathering on the campus quad Wednesday to reassert its importance as the Board of Trustees considers cutting back or eliminating several programs, including art, music, and anthropology. All worthless degrees. All worthless. You can all learn that for free online or studying under somebody else or reading books. They're doing you a favor so you don't waste your lives. The event, which organizers are calling an action rather than a protest, is intended to be a confirmation of our commitment to the importance of liberal arts, said Rebecca Gerhardt Mafazi, hyphenated names, a professor of anthropology. Really, the anthropology professor is championing that you don't close down her department? Let's see what this gal looks like. On the other, where did I find it? I found it for free somewhere. All the pictures of the liberal arts students are ugly. They're all overweight. Not that that's necessarily germane or an intellectual point. I'm just like, oh, okay, yeah. No, that's not. Yeah. Who's beginning her 21st year at IWU? Oh yeah, that's a real job, lady. I told you the boomers are making off with the money. Rebecca should have just saved her money. She just scrolled it away, 503B or 401k, and she'd be set. Lord knows she probably brought a really nice Prius or something. The hour-long event, Standing Up for the Liberal Arts, will begin at 6:50 p.m. to represent IW's founding in 1850, include speakers and performers. The board voted in May to eliminate 4 programs: American Culture Studies, Design, Technology, and Entrepreneurs. American Culture Studies, semicolon. Design, Technology, and Entrepreneurship. Bullshit. That's a bullshit degree right there. That I told you about the good. Glad I got rid of it. Greek and Roman Studies. Are any of you traveling to Italy or Greece anytime soon? And International Business. Aww. Action among other recommendations include downsizing the School of Music and discontinuing under-enrolled majors was postponed for further study. There you go. Look, if there's no students, look who's coming. There's no students. I was kind of wondering what happened. There's no students. So now these professors, we need more students. Keep funding us. What if you only have 3 students? Isn't that telling you something? Oh, but the world should just keep on going into debt for you so that you could keep imagining you're an intelligent intellectual. Meanwhile, notices sent this earlier to faculty in anthropology, French, Italian, music, philosophy, religion, and sociology, and other worthless degrees. Oops, that's not in there. Notifying the departments were under review for possible discontinuation. You should also add to that economics and finance and marketing. Mafazi, one of those receiving those, said the notices are paving the way if they want to terminate our contracts. Yep. What's that like to be employed for 20 years as a teacher? Like, do you think you're entitled to lifelong employment? Faculty, but it's unfortunate. Then they ask stupid students. Rachel Wemberly, a 2015 graduate school in sociology, said the potential discontinuation of sociology is particularly ill-timed amidst the current events involving the Black Lives Matter movement. Dude, you leftists have had, academia's had, the humanities have had like half a century to work on this, and you've not solved one problem. Not one sociological problem have you guys solved. All you've said is we need more money. Nothing you do, well, because you guys never wanted to work. I don't have to go through this again. Sociology is one of the only disciplines that deals with race and class and gender and privilege. Oh, God. Don't all of you rush out to hire Rachel, okay? Don't all. Molly McLean of Champaign, a 2006 graduate with a double major in English and writing and women and gender studies. All right, I don't have to. Here's the pictures. Okay, yeah, not good looking people. They all have their masks on. There's the professor. Oh, there's the gray-haired boomer professors. Yep. What's the comments? It's probably all pro. Oh, the sole positive of these academic programs is that they enable radical left individuals such as It's Wimberly and McClay to stay in school seemingly indefinitely. Although this is good. More nonsense from 99. I cannot use reader in addressing you because it's clear you cannot be bothered. Oh, okay. So they think he's a troll. Now it goes all into politics. Most people, I guess maybe this made the news somewhere else. Most people are not feeling sorry for them. I don't know, but what do you want me to say about it that beyond what I've already said? And I don't even, and why, if this is not going to convince anyone, this isn't going to convince these young kids or any future young kids. That's one thing I've learned. Young future kids, no matter how smart, they want to do what they want to do. And one solely guy writing one solely book is not even a drop in the bucket, a mosquito fart in a hurricane compared to the trillions of dollars and decades that kids get thrown at them with the propaganda. Not necessarily even leftist propaganda. You could say it's biased a little bit to the left, but that they can do anything they want if they put their heart to it and the money will follow and what they're passionate about. There's nothing. We're in an impasse. This is why I make fun of liberal arts majors. That's why I make fun of humanities majors, because they're arrogant. Because they're going to be proven wrong. And I can't even say it's that. It's because every time I've tried to do this, I'm called a racist or a bigot. Well, I'm like, this has nothing to do with the ists and the isms, or I'm a mean person. Or so like, what are you doing? I'm trying to prevent you from crippling your life. Again, do you not see the millions of bodies of millennials? Those that are either dead or dying on the vine because they are financially crippled for the rest of their lives because of their student loans. Do you not see them? Like an entire generation of millennials just got splat by the train. Now here comes another train. It's coming. I said, hey, don't step on the train tracks. There's a train coming. Shut up, you bigot, homophobe, racist, Hitler, Mussolini. And if some of you old Gen Zers are, well, COVID also hasn't helped with this at all. Splat. Stop standing on the train tracks. And so I don't care anymore. It's just this is the only way to wake people up is you take a failed generation. I mean, just a destroyed generation, and you pillory and make fun of them and analyze them. I guess you could say sociologically, but oh my God, did I write a book without having a master's in sociology? How could I possibly do it? Oh, geez, I looked up stuff on the internet. I came up with conclusions, made some charts. Oh my gosh. So I don't know. I guess it's fun. I guess maybe we save a couple people. I know I got a lot of parents, thank you and God bless you, who said, my daughter's not majoring in this crap. My son's not majoring in this crap. They've given them their kids. I mean, their books, my books. Kids read them and I'm like, good. And then I've had parents are like, yeah, man, right on, da, da, da. And then they send their kids to McAllister College, sign $50,000. I had one guy that's $250,000 in debt because his dumbass bint of a daughter, completely spoiled, went to a school, private school for education. And then she decided she didn't want to teach. So then she decided she'd go become a flight attendant. Again, something you could do at 18 with no college education. But her dad, and I guess the mom too, I don't know how the finances work, they're on the hook for $250,000. I'm like, oh, that totally be a great investment nest egg to have in your 40s or 50s for retirement, maybe. No one wants to listen. Nobody. No one. Again, why Operation Evil is just around the corner. I could get the freaking seminars I need done. And you could show this to all the liberal arts people, and you're not gonna convince them. You're not gonna convince them. It's just not gonna happen. Nonstop Dre 360, but they say, well, ignore everything I've said and all the data and charts in my books. They say you can't put a price on education. You're right, Trey. You can't, because it has no value, therefore no price. I guess the price is zero. Judd Grover for $2. What would be more relaxing, woodwork or metalwork? I think woodwork. Metalwork, you got a torch. You could blind yourself or burn yourself real quick. I just don't want to have explosives around me. Carnegie Mellon now offers a degree in bagpiping. A degree or a class? There was a University of Indiana, someplace in Indiana, offering a class on Dungeons and Dragons, which I'm like, okay, for a 1-credit BS class, you got to relax a little. Fine. We'll teach you socializing skills and how to shut up. Louis Sutton, $20. Thanks, Lou. Thanks for doing what you do. Hey, no problem, Lou. Thanks for the $20. $20, you get more text, more characters. You could write all you want there, I guess. Yeah, thanks, Lou. I appreciate that. That's that money will be going to Pokeball is back open. Pokeball is open, but I got to get it to go. So I'm kind of and they want you to wear a mask. So I'm like, So now the funds are being diverted to the septic tank fund, which is where all the money at the Subscribe Star goes. So now if I get a little bit of extra money, I'll just throw it there. DJ Aftershock for another $5. That ball jock stereotype sounds a lot like my cousin Full Scholarship, but she blew her ACL out all while majoring in journalism. Couldn't hack it in med school or med. It just says med. Yeah, I mean, look, guys, I saw this happen. I don't know why this was with my school, but a lot of the jocks were actually very smart, straight A students too. And maybe that was the policy of the high school attendant, where it's like, if you're going to play here, you better keep a 3.5 or something else. So I think but I can say that about the jocks. It wasn't like the movies where the jocks were like throwing people in lockers. It wasn't that. They're pretty straight dudes. And even if they didn't go play pro, hey, if you can make it to college on a volleyball scholarship, a bowling scholarship, a badminton scholarship, hey, you're basically getting paid to play your sport that you like. Go do it. But for God's sake, don't squander that on a journalism degree. Hey, DJ, did she change the world? Did she change lives? Did she make a difference? I want to make a difference. El Orgullo de Velasco II. That's one of them long Spanish names. Maria Cartagena de Santa Ana de Lopez con Vaya con Dios. From the Vaya con Dios family. They had vineyards near Seville. For $10, thank you, El Orgullo. I had more of the college experience in the Navy, endless drinking and sleeping with hot foreign women. You had a better college experience than the real ones here in the United. That doesn't sound like the college experience. Sounds like you get drunk, maybe you get lucky, and then you get stood up a lot. I don't know where these younger guys get the idea that college is endless sex. It is not. No, it is not. Go to Asia, East Europe. There you go. Sam Whiskey for $2. They say baristas need a worthless degree too. Starbucks can't possibly do that to their employees. And I know I slam on the baristas, but I feel bad for them because at least they're working and it's a real job and you can make some okay money with tips and everything. Working at Starbucks. We're committed to the success of our partners. Every benefits eligible U.S. partner receives 100% tuition coverage. That I did know about Starbucks, and I will tip my hat to Starbucks that they do pay for college reimbursement. They actually put their money where their mouth is when it comes to, work-life balance. I just want to know, do you have to have a degree to work at Starbucks? Employees get used to 70 online degree programs. Can earn a degree. All right. So obviously, if they're paying for your program, then no, you don't need a degree because you wouldn't have a college degree if they're paying for tuition reimbursement. So there you go. Nonstop Dre for $5. How many people do you think you've saved with your content from getting PhD degrees? And it feels like intersectional families. So I wouldn't say it's PhDs because not that many people go get their PhDs, but I think we're in the tens of thousands now. I don't know. Hang on. Let me do some quick math. That's been out 9 years. 10,000 divided by, I think I make, let's say, $350 per thing. That's 2,800. No, wait, I'm doing the math wrong on this. 10,000. Hang on. I majored in finance. 10,000 times $3.50. That's 35 grand divided by 9. Is this how much money I made? No, I think more than that. Yeah, I knew I was in the tens of thousands, maybe more like 30 to 50,000. Well, I'd have to look it up, but between there's been 30 and 50,000 sales of Worthless, ever so roughly. Okay, maybe more, probably closer to 50 over the past 9 years. How many of them were read by the kids? Oh, it was bought by the parents and the kids didn't read. How many kids read it, but then didn't do that? I don't know. But I'd like to say, I get emails every once in a while. I like to say I've saved at least 10,000. At least 10,000. Which would be the great beginnings of a citizen militia. Yes. The smart ones. We start there. Yeah, at least 10,000, I'd say. For majoring in stupid stuff in general. But it really is. I think and I've mentioned this before again, I think what in the past 2 years even, one of the bigger demotivating things, cripplingly actually, is how many parents sent their kids to worthless schools and worthless degrees anyway and knew me personally. I had given them books. Or little kids, I said, like, dude, and then they did, and then I'm like, oh, I get it. I'm the idiot. I'm the sucker here. Everybody else is playing this game. I'm the fool. So yeah, that was the one where it should. You know how many people should have bought that book? Like 100 million by now, because we've had two younger Gen X and now the millennials and Gen Zers. That's I should be a billionaire, but I didn't write 50 Shades of Fuckery and 40 Shades of Fornication. Sorry, I'm coughing so much. DJ Aftershock for $2. That sounds like a ton of Republican fight. Yeah, that's why it was so depressing. I expect the Democrat pansified leftist, whatever you want there, or he's letting his wife have an affair because he's open-minded, or they're divorced, or whatever. I totally expected the man bun fathers, the understanding liberals of the world, to whatever you want here. But no, it's also like that. The guy with the $250,000 daughter went to court. That guy was a Republican, and it's like, fucking hell, guys. I guess we just say shit on the internet, huh? I guess it all is all bullshit. Well, fuck you, motherfuckers. Now I know you're all not necessarily my enemy, but you're all sheep, and I'm going to get me some of my money. I don't know why I invested so much time or had so much thought or made these observations for you to go like, oh, okay. Kevin McComber, good $2, man. Women earn the majority of degrees. Yeah. Just, I think also women were the majority of home purchasers in 2007. Women buy into bubbles. They don't get on the ground floor. Sorry. You do not want to earn the majority of degrees today. And I've done the research in Worthless where 1 in 5 women are engineer majors, but 2/3 of women are the liberal arts majors. I've given up. Aaron, why do you hate women? I don't know. Maybe you're the one that hates women because you're telling them to go into that worthless program, cripple their finances, and never find love. That's your advice to them, huh? But I'm the bad guy because I'm trying to give them medicine that tastes bad, but might save their fucking lives. The majority of women earn worthless degrees. The majority of women make horrific time and money investments into not even an investment, into the most absurd luxury good. Read my post, The Economic Nature of College Degrees, and I figured it out. It's no different than weddings. It's one big long-ass wedding party. That's all it is. Sam Whiskey, hey Cappy, you're the Yuri Bezimov of economics. I watched like bits and pieces of that video everyone sends me where he's like, this is what the Soviets are going to do. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's like trying to read Ayn Rand. I'm like, Jesus, woman, it took you 200 pages to say something that I could like write in a sentence. Why am I reading you? Not to slam on Yuri. M2PG4 regular here, $5. Captain, revisit your CPA stigma. I know plenty of non-CPA auditors, tax preparers, and accountants who make great money or have. Yeah, but how old are you, M2PG4? Even Chad says go CPA or go home. And yeah, you could be a good bookkeeper and all that. There's nothing wrong with that, but I don't know. I like to think, at least in my own eyes, again, not kissing people's asses, but you all have, while you're young especially, don't you all have the ability to like go become a CPA or get your STEM degree or become a master as opposed to a journeyman in the trades? I mean, come on, guys. Let's give it one good college try. The good old college try, when that meant something anyway. Where you stay up burning the midnight oil, you see what you could possibly do, and then you pass the CPA exam. And now you've just increased your lifetime earnings by $2, $3, $4 million. I don't know. A lot. I just, why not? Kevin McComber, $2. What are the most popular degrees of millionaires? Oh, God, I'd have to look that up. In the olden days, millionaires didn't go to school. They'd drop out. I think Ford was borderline illiterate, wasn't he? Henry Ford? DJ Aftershock for $2. She wants to be an actor and model nowadays in LA. Anything to avoid. Hey, go to... Ladies, here's another harsh pill that's going to have more benefit than cost. If you want to go make money, do the Plenty of Fans to end up OnlyFans or Seeking Arrangement or go to a strip. Just go, stay in shape. And by the time you're 30, this is a common story you'll hear in Vegas. These gals were strippers when they were in their late teens and 20s. Most of their colleagues snorted up all their money, whatever else. But some of these gals would go buy rental property. One's even a judge now. And they retire as real estate millionaires in Vegas. Why would you go be an actor or model? That's actual work. All right? You'd have to memorize lines. You got to like show up on time. Just go do the fans only. Make your money. Stay in shape. It just, but I don't want to. Nobody did know. Where does this? I didn't want to. I had no idea. Nonstop Dre for $2. Loyola University offers a master's in yoga study. Are you kidding me? Oh, how many old cat ladies did they snooker out of retirement money with that? Oh my goodness. See, shouldn't you go to India? Isn't it a little bit insulting to the true yoga masters that you should go to India to study under? Rich Goodson for $9. My friend spent over $100,000 for his son to get a degree in political science. Son works at the Apple store. I know, they think we're the bad guys. It'd be like this epidemic. Young kids are shooting their toes off. Like, hey, I wrote a book called Don't Shoot Your Toes Off. Stop ruining my dreams, you racist, bigoted, homophobe. What does shooting your toe off have to do with anything of that? Women are found to be paper cutting their fingers. Stop paper cutting your fingers. Shut up, you sexist. It's been my dream to cut my fingers and pour Tabasco sauce on it. Dan Lemon for $2. Aaron, I hope we get to go to the same gulag. Yeah. You'll know we've done it right. Oh, we just get gulag numbers. They'll just be gulag numbers. John F9596 for $5. He had nothing to say, but thanks for the $5. If you donate $5, guys, you get to say a little bit of something. DJ Aftershock for $2 again. Her dad can and will bail her out though. $1.5 million a year. Oh, see, now did the kids know that the parent? You see, if you ever make that much money as a parent, you can't let your kids know. Because they're not going to try. They're like, my dad's rich. I get to inherit all this. They might try to bump you off. Always had that idea. Like if I was really rich, I would not tell my kids. Like I wouldn't tell my wife. And I'd imagine like I'd be a surgeon, but then I'd have like these greasy overalls, Bob's Garage or something like that. And even though I'm sure they could figure me out, like they go to a Bob's Garage, like, hey, wait a minute, there's no Bob's Garage on the internet anywhere near here. But I'd always like, oh yeah, enough rough day. And I don't know, babe, it's we can't make it to Great America. Yeah, no, we're not gonna be able to make it. And then when my son and daughter, you'd have to wait for your youngest to be about 30 with no help. And then see how all three turned out. Because you can't tell once the first one turns 30, he's gonna tell the other two. So you gotta wait. I put a little more thought into this than average. And so I was like, oh yeah, no, can't do that. And yeah, but that's not gonna. I don't think I'll be making $1.5 million a year anytime soon. Although who knows? Maybe some liberal fuck in the New York publishing world, or someone who has influence, who actually cares about the children, says, hey, wait a minute, let's have a serious talk about this. I'm gonna help that independent published author. I'm gonna get. Hey, Oprah, you want to help out the kids, huh? Get me on that nice list of yours. No, we need to send generation after generation of kid into poverty. Did you know, man, for $2 Canadian, is technology management a real degree? No. Anything with management is not a degree. Hoping is not a process. All right. Affirmative action is having other people lift your weights at the gym for you. Okay. Taking the stairs is not exercise. Eating 3 cupcakes instead of 4 cupcakes is not a diet. And technology management is not a real degree. That's for people who are too stupid to be engineers, thinking they're going to manage engineers. DJ Aftershock for $2. Get a degree in bakery science from Kansas. Where are you guys finding it? Are you just looking up the most ludicrous degrees being offered in the United States right now? Bakery science. McCoyan for $10 generous. Fake bachelor's got me a 35-hour gerb. Went with the university that closed down in 2018. So, brilliant. That's brilliant. Find an accredited university that closed down and claim you have a degree from there. So it's harder to check if they do. Check to begin with cost me $400. Dude, McCoyan, email me that. You got to email me the details on this at Asshole Consulting. That is brilliant. That is fucking brilliant. And you know what? When these HR Kawanta say, master's preferred. Oh, yeah, master's preferred. Yeah, okay, here we go. Here's your master's degree. Okay. DJ Aftershock, $2. Hint. Guess who it is? That sports journalist. Huh? I don't know. Who you talking about, DJ? Your sister? MIS is a real degree, though. It is, depending on how rigorous it is. Usually they're through the business school, and that's where you become the IT guy. It's going to be pretty worthless without you having certifications. Now, I hear Western Governors University focuses on the certifications. But that can be said for pretty much any kind of computer, IT, software-related field. You're going to need your certifications. The degree is not going to hurt. And I won't lie, I did, I think, what was it? No, it was 2 semesters. I did a year of computer networking back in the day, and then I got a I got pulled back into banking. Someone gave me a job I couldn't refuse, which I could have refused. Oh, I get to go to the cattle fucking state? I thought Wyoming, that looks pretty, but y'all fuck cattle here. All right. All right. That's unfair to half the population. All right. Yeah, but you gotta, it's a real profession. But IT, man, you just can't get the degree. You gotta go and you gotta. And that's another one where it's like, I'd even just try to go for your certifications and study online. Maybe take a class or two to get used to the basics and everything. Maybe go to school to find some hot chicks. Of which, by the way, I know this may shock you, there were none in the class. Teacher was all right for like a 40-some-year-old woman. She was all right. Nice gal, too. All right, there you go. Questions, answers, asshole consulting. Oh, wait, Trey's back. I got more coming up, guys. I have nothing to do Saturday night. I was gonna sit and go to Jersey Mike's for some food. I don't know. So I'll have another one coming up. Nonstop Dre for $2. I know a guy that has a fake master's and makes great money. Good. You know what? You should at least do it. What is it, illegal? Watch, we find out it is illegal and people are sent to jail for it. So, all right, that's it. Questions, answers. AssholeConsulting.com. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.